Welcome. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So whoever this Tutankoopa is basically going to steal my thunder as we introduce you back to Paper Mario.
Yeah, literally gets shouted at since we entered the door.
We finally see it.
What the?
These are
the
Poke
ghosts.
mummies, or at least zombie Pokies, I think would be a better term for them. They have, I think, maybe 1 extra HP than the original Poke, if not the same, but they also have the ability to poison you, which makes them a lot deadlier.
So, if you're to fight a Pokey that's smoking a cigar, can you call that a Stogie?
I thought you were gonna call him Smokey.
I was gonna call him
Stogie.
Smoky
I
Pokey.
was gonna call him
I like
Smokey.
that one.
Yeah.
Stogie it is.
Smokey was a character from Friday that obviously smoked.
Cigars.
No, weed.
No, Stogie.
All he
no,
do
what?
is smoke weed.
Stogies? Yeah, but Stogies are cigars. What the hell is he smoking? A
That's
weed
his
cigar?
problem.
Oh.
Everyone's gonna end up up.
Worm ain't gonna do a damn thing.
I sadly do not have the Feeling Fine badge yet, so this is kind of a bit more of a trip.
Meanwhile, these days I'm wearing the feeling okay badge.
Feeling nothing at all.
I think, my badge would just be feeling.
That's it, feeling. Barely feeling.
Take a close look at the. I really wish I weren't living in a historical event.
One of my Discord pen names on another server of mine, I've not changed in over a
Spike
year,
Shield.
is Tired and Wired.
Spike Shield is normally one of those badges I used to like to have equipped at all times. These days it's a little more situational for me, but I still think it's a great badge.
What does it do?
As guys, it says on the name, it basically removes the whole problem Mario had with those pesky spiked enemies.
Okay, so it just allows you to ignore them without having to work around it.
Right.
But it takes badge points.
Yeah, it does take 2. The only thing is that I started off with it now, but I put it away later and put D down pound back on because one of the types of enemy in this game I'm going to need it for. So this basically is one of those multi-tiered like dungeons where you got to go up, down, then down, up, down, up. It's a fucking mess.
Yeah, you're essentially you're going
sand
down
temple.
to grab the key. You're going up past the door, and you're draining the sand in certain rooms so that you can gain access.
Yeah.
It's a pretty standard dungeon.
Does it drain the sand if you just go out and come back in?
No, it does
No,
not.
it does
work that
not.
way. And that's only the sand on the outside.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't change the sand in the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the sand temple. It's like the water temple, but it's sand.
Yeah, but unlike the water temple where at least water's pleasant to swim in, this just gets in your
You're
fucking
only
shoes.
draining the sand once, as you're not constantly fluctuating the sand levels.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're not emptying
Yeah,
it. filling
it's just
it back
a means
in,
of progression. You drain the sand, and then you jump into the butthole.
The sand going down the hole. That's how my stomach feels after I use the toilet.
I think you can actually jump into that hole.
You can just jump into the
You
hole.
can jump into that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, why didn't you do that? Go back and do
Well,
it.
you got to travel back in time and tell him.
Yeah, go back and do
Yeah,
it.
try telling me that way many years ago.
It's last year, actually.
Yeah, whenever
Last
this was
year.
recorded.
Now, since these are the fuzzy meatloafs,
Fuzzy beetles.
whatever. Their gimmick
what I
is
said.
unique in that, unlike the Koopas, these things also resist fire. So you're gonna have to the only way you really can take these things out is jumping on them. Plus, I think they have like a one-turn thing to get back on their feet as opposed to the Koopas. Excuse me.
I still can't believe that you remembered Fuzzy Meatloaf.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do. It's
It's
one
one
of
of
our
the oldest. It's like you weren't even in the channel when we were at that.
Yeah, no, I was not.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest.
It's before your time.
Before they, it's like you wouldn't understand. But, like it was one of the first gags that people just kind of gravitated towards. I mean, other people gravitated towards the Mario 1 Let's Play for the right and wrong reasons.
All right, here we
What's
go.
this?
Yeah,
Hey,
so-
baby, what's
yeah.
going on, girl?
So, all right. So now that you've, so that's what
Hey!
you're talking about.
Basically, she shows up during any point of the battle to give you a random buff, or in some cases, she'll give you more star points. Tad, unfortunately, kept getting the buffs after the battle, or at a point when they would not show
Or
up.
star points when it's 2.
Yeah,
I've had the boss. I've
I
beaten
think
bosses and
Ted's
gotten the star
animosity
points.
comes
The
from
bosses
just
do.
constantly
Yeah,
getting
she
burned
does.
by it. Yeah,
She can show up in boss
Yeah,
battles.
I've had her do that.
yeah.
There is something I was meaning to do, but like I said, I actually got myself a little lost in this place because I was like brain farting. Thankfully, I wasn't on call tonight. Otherwise, I'd be like, it would be really serrated parts.
Matt, the session ends mid dungeon. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, we already had that happen once before with
See what I think I should be doing after like every battle that we skip, just a gunshot noise.
I know, because that right there was kind of dramatic. Like, yeah, it just died. This is probably the most tedious part of this game. This is something that they fixed in Thousand Year Door Remake. You have those moments where you have maybe you're normally using Cooper, right? He was Cooper in this one.
Yeah.
And then you have to bring out Parakarry, and then you have to bring out Bombette, and they're all in sequence. And it's like I got to keep going to this menu, and I do kind of wish there was a way to just
Honestly,
do it with a button.
That
Yeah.
honestly doesn't bother me at all, really.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me the first 50 times.
Why did you go down? Why did you use the fucking hole?
You almost fell into the hole too.
Why did you go
I
in
was
the
like,
hole?
ooh, that was dangerous. Real men take the stairs.
Holy shit!
Did you ever hear of OSHA, Elliot?
Yeah, I know that is an OSHA violation. That's
Yeah,
right.
Have you heard of convenience?
Convenience should not get in the way of your safety.
That's true. That is true.
I'll take I'll take convenience.
You say crying as you broke your leg in the fucking thing.
What thing?
Matt has to say that out loud so that he can keep his job.
Yeah.
But the day he loses his job, like I pissed in that guy's soup.
He doesn't want he doesn't want to lose the cherry picker privilege.
Oh no, I need to have cherry picker privilege, or I don't have the job. Period.
Also, it's a cherry picker. Like,
I'll pick your cherry.
no, I think
It's just
it's
fun.
just genuinely a cool thing to be able to use.
Those
Oh, there we
enemies
go.
up there are swoopulas. I believe I said before how you're supposed to use Parakarry to knock them out of the sky. I, on the other hand, just decide to quick hammer them down. That was also me wearing the spike shield.
Yeah.
If you jump on an enemy where you're spiked, Mario gets a cute little animation where his foot is stubbed, and he ends up losing a hit point or two. If it could also happen with that can also happen with Goombario. And if Goombario does that, you're out of a party member for a bit. But of course, that really is your fault for slamming a kid's head into a spike.
Yeah, I was gonna say it makes sense because Goombario attacks with head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like I said. That's kind of your fault, and you deserve to be punished for ramming a kid's head into a spike, you monster.
You know what I wouldn't mind? I wouldn't mind if they ever do another one like these, where when you put the badges on, it does something different. Like imagine Goombario, and then you put the spike shield on, so he's got a little football helmet.
Or his
That would
hat,
be
or his
adorable.
hat just has a spike on.
Yeah, like how great would that be?
You know.
I imagine that would have been like what was the first go of it, where they were like, "Hey, maybe you can equip your guys with something." Then they realized, we'll keep it simple. Now you get an attack buff, and that's 8 whole points to a 0 damage
Yeah,
enemy.
that's a boss killer. Right
Those are the kinds of things that drive me crazy because you could have done that first.
there. Yeah, but that's ultimately like where the animosity can stem from. Is like, look, I'm glad there was a positive buff, but you couldn't been a turn earlier.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need this anymore.
Again, I don't lose the sleep over that.
Yeah, well, no, it's just I don't think anybody is legitimately losing.
Yeah, we're not like I'm not going to play the game
Yeah,
anymore
yeah.
because every once in a while the buff is at the wrong time. It is kind of like, oh come on.
Yeah, they do.
I used to hate games like where you're grinding enemies for XP and you get to 1. Like you need 2 XP.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So you're
everyone
one more
has
enemy away.
everyone
But then-
has the Gen 2 blue bar moment
Yeah.
where it stops right at
It
the
stops
very
right there.
edge.
But then the next fight that you get, if you had that the last fight, you would have gotten a level up. It's like, why don't you give me that fight first? I would have already gotten a level.
Might have noticed the murals there. They're going to be one of the big asshole enemies of this dungeon.
Well, they're just statues, Matt.
No, I was talking about the mural, but good eye.
Shine.
You shut the fuck up, Mario. Or I might change up here and bite your balls.
Yeah, I know. Chomps.
Oh, do you promise?
I can't do it if they're into it.
Upgrade 2, baby.
How
This
many
time-
of these are in the game? Is there one per
Party member.
Okay.
Everybody gets one of these and one of the ultra ranks.
Okay.
That's
Fortunately,
what it
there's
was.
no
Yeah.
stacking.
In this game, they were separated into 2 different ones.
Okay.
Thanks, Super Cube. Everybody gets one.
I was gonna ask, it's like, do they have to be spread across the board?
I do that. Yes, you do, because you can't get. What was I going to say?
So you
Bob-
couldn't put them all into
Right,
Cooper.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
well, there's the super one, and then there's the ultra,
Ultra
one.
rank, yeah.
They're separate. I think in Thousand Year Door,
Oh, no.
they were the same one, and you could double them up, or you could spread them out.
Oh, we're looking a little tight. Slam.
Nice.
Yeah, I left this battle in because I wanted to show Matt off using the Quake Hammer.
Oh,
Turtle power. Isn't that racist?
Oh, shell shock.
In lieu of black power, like a white power. Yeah, maybe.
turtle power. Put your hand down.
Dudes. We gotta stop this ooze on ooze crime, man.
You know,
The
why do you
stoner's
gotta
right.
why do you gotta be like this, Mike?
What? I tell you, never meet your heroes.
Every turtle is voiced by Corey Feldman.
Why did that happen? They needed star power. Speaking of devil,
two Corey Hames, two Corey Feldmans.
and some guy named Corey that was just happened to
from
be there at the
accounting.
time from accounting.
What you doing here, babe? Hey, I'll take that.
So will decrease damage you receive.
I'll take
Or
that.
you can just guard it.
Well,
Yeah,
in
like
my
why didn't
case,
you do that when there were 3 enemies?
I didn't need it then. I
You didn't
now
need it
either.
now.
I'm trying to think like, what I should have did, flipped it on its back one more time, and then just use it for a cheap focus to get another star, to get fully
Yeah.
power my star health. But, what are you going to do? The map there shows you
Optimize
where 3 of your
strats.
items. Oh, ow.
That buzzer beater won't hurt us anymore.
Destroy him.
Annihilation! Unfortunately, I started brain farting a bit here because it was like, wait, I'm missing something, and I end up spending a longer time than I should have here.
Well, at some point, you're going to exit this place and recharge.
Right.
And then come back. I cut that part out because it's just you leaving to recharge.
Right.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Ah, I see a chest on the wall, which means there's got to be a chest this way. I hope. Otherwise, the ancients are lying to me.
I hope it's not a trap.
I need you to shut your trap. There's going to be 2 switches, a green and a red. You just got to finagle them until you can get across
For
to
some
the other
reason, I
side.
thought the blocks would like shift up and down, but they just tilt. They just
Yeah.
Save money on the budgeting.
No, you know why?
What?
You're thinking chemical plant zone.
chemical plants.
You're thinking of the boxes that would move around like
Yeah,
that.
thinking of them shifting.
And Johnny
You're
said he
telling
just,
me Genesis does what Nintendo.
Yeah.
to and including going out of business.
Because Nintendo.
Genesis broke. Genesis broke.
Because Nintendo.
You sung that to the fucking Guinea Force theme. Genesis broke.
No, I was thinking.
Genesis
I was thinking.
broke.
I was thinking the Genesis does music.
Yeah,
but it's kind of
Genesis
similar. Yeah.
does.
You're thinking of Toku Sentai. Yeah.
Yeah. Toku Sentai, you mean
Yeah.
Dragon Ball?
What? No, that's the theme. The theme
Oh.
of Toku Sentai.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Go broke.
Die.
Can go for broke.
Go for it, man.
Sonic, we need to have a talk. When we said go for broke, we didn't exactly mean go broke in the process. Oh, whoopsie.
Well, what am I gonna do with all these Magic the Gathering cards?
Sonic would bet the fucking... But Sonic would bet his financial savings on Pogs.
But they're back. Pog for it.
Okay, Tails, you're not gonna believe this. So I was playing Jax.
Oh, no. Score!
You're right, Sonic. I don't believe it.
The bags
Who the
under
hell's
Tails'
playing
eyes
Jax?
just gets deeper and deeper.
Tails gets trolled.
He keeps. I love that face though. You want to talk about a perfect
Yeah.
face ever designed to encapsulate
Yes.
the feeling of what the fuck, man? It's that face.
So now that I got the stone mallet, I can break stone blocks. But I'm also realizing, uh-oh, my items are a little low. But I'm too lazy to go all the way out there, so we're just going to try to raw dog it. Here's where I make a mistake and forget to re-equip my D-down badge. Ow.
I love that stuff.
I do too.
All right, so the chain chomps here, they're made of rock.
Yep. They also have a hell of a high defensive stat.
It's a stone chomp.
These jaws can supposedly crush a coconut. I hope
Does
you're
it say
safe,
have a
Mario.
defensive
Fuck
power
you,
of
dude.
3? Is that what it said?
Yeah, defensive power of 3.
Yeah.
So I need to, like, really try to make I'm going to just slam it with 2 Quake Hammers, but these things are really, honestly, one of the first nastier enemies you can fight. They go up to 3.
Do a lot of damage. If you have not been upping your HP at this point,
Yeah.
you are in a lot of trouble.
Or you're in danger, but I imagine the Danger Mario players who just popped wood.
Well, Danger Mario players, I imagine, they've got the perfect guard down to a T.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that good at it because
I am not either.
it varies greatly on the enemy attack animation, which is funny because they would double down on that and make that a big mechanic for the Mario and Luigi series, where a good player in Mario and Luigi won't get hurt at all because you can avoid everything. I only think there's maybe a handful of attacks in that game that are unavoidable, but you can dodge everything else in that game. You just got to know how to avoid it.
Yeah, that's when it gets rough for me because
Yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like, and like, if you put me in front of Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm not blocking everything. I'm getting smacked.
Well, the thing is,
well,
even
no,
if you,
I mean, you're not blocking, you're reflecting.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, but like I said, like you can get me to do a critical mode run on Kingdom Hearts 2. You're
Yeah.
not going to get me to do level 1.
I think you
yeah.
could do it.
I know. No, you did it.
No, I know I did it, but I think you could do it.
I don't want to do it
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
I don't want to
understand.
know.
But
because
I,
I
think if push
could
comes
do
to
it.
shove, I think you could do it.
I could do it, but I don't want to because I remember the Marluxia fight. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Oh, that was a pain in the ass.
You also got to put them all in the correct slot, which I forget the order of already. But we'll deal with that later. I thought I fell asleep.
Mario just stops moving. It's like, so what's Matt doing here? He fell asleep.
Anything to contribute, Elliot?
Yeah, like, what do you think of? What do you think of this? I find it fascinating that we will have those Let's Plays where one is clearly not saying as much because it's like, I don't fucking know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. What's going on. Well, I wonder if do you not know what's going on? Do you not care? Is this not your type of game?
Like I don't really play Paper Mario, so does
Do you play RPGs though, right? See,
No.
that's what I was kind of curious about because it's less about I don't play Paper Mario because you probably just haven't had a chance to experience it. But if you don't play this genre of game, you're never going to try.
Yeah, it's a hard sell on it
Yeah.
regardless.
wait? Oh, what do you think of this?
Also, that doll that you picked, was that just the fertility statue?
No, it might be.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
that thing had a gut and breast.
That was
Wasn't that Hot Soul from Darkstalkers?
I don't think so.
it was called an artifact.
I take off Quake Hammer for this battle just for D down pound. In retrospect, I probably should have just kept the Quake Hammer,
Taking
but
you to D down Pound Town.
I'm gonna put my D down.
oh.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, no, that
Why were you so worried?
It's like, yeah, why'd you pick up the gun the
Yeah,
first
why
time?
were you so worried?
oh, because that's what happens when you have the D down pound badge ready.
This is my impression.
I
Of
will. So that is the only one I do skip because I realized after the fact. Oh wait, those are mandatory battles because you need to fight them to not only open the door at the end of the day, but you also need to
You need to fight them to get
you
there.
need to kill all of them.
You need to kill all three of them because
Yeah.
they block the. Actually, you don't.
This is my
Because I mean, like if you're fast enough with some of them, like
Yeah.
at least that second one there, you
Yeah.
can probably get around them.
This is my impression of a thwomp, and he's about to get pussy for the first time. All right, I'm ready.
Flawless.
I think I
I
like
see
the
why
better.
Bowser hired them.
So here I was like I'm trying to plan ahead a bit with my badges here, and I ultimately just end up fucking myself because like
I love how the music just mutes
Yeah.
entirely when you're menuing. You can still barely hear it.
It's
just
there,
like-
yeah.
I thought the music just cut off entirely. Like, well, this is awkward. I remember Mario 2 in the NES version when you paused the game, it cut the instruments in half. Yeah, it cut the instruments in half.
Yeah. It took one of the sound channels away.
Yeah. For some reason, why did the pause menu do that? Like,
2, 3, blammo.
Well,
love that badge.
That's just the architecture of the console with the
well,
sound.
I was more, but we were curious as to why does pausing the game remove one of those channels?
Yeah, because pausing the game in there didn't actually make a different noise.
No, it didn't.
It'd be one thing if it did use a sound channel to
Yeah.
make a beep or something, but it didn't.
The way I see it is probably just to like not take up too much resource.
I don't think.
Like that's my guess.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I wonder what, I don't know. Yeah, it didn't really make any sense.
It was on purpose because it happens everywhere, or maybe it was just the consequence of the game's programming.
yeah,
I always did find it an odd quirk of that game where pausing it removed one of the sound channels.
And here they think they've just
You shouldn't have fucking
unloaded
take
hell.
that lamp, Matt.
Yeah. And then you
No, I
got
took the
Battletoads,
fertility
which is
statue.
a whole different
you
song.
should have gone through the hole.
Why'd I take this titty statue, man?
Mario have a needs.
Oh, it's a straight music change.
Destroyed.
Again, we have to emphasize that these battles are being edited out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not something that happens on the
It
back.
just feels like Matt's jumping on them and they're just splattering.
I have no idea why I put that badge on.
Oh, why don't you go back in time and ask past Matt?
Fast Matt, why did you do it?
Go back to last
Who are
year's
you?
Matt.
Wait, you came back in time to tell me that? Give me the winning lottery numbers, you prick.
All right, Fast Matt, listen, don't go to Drexel. Too late, buddy. Oh, okay, I
right.
need to go further back.
All right, so in this time next year, you're gonna go to the entire state building. Wait,
Entire?
the what?
The entire
state building. The building in New York. You mean the Empire State Building?
That's what I'm talking about. Your brain goes to pot. Trust me on this. So here's something really weird is that I have no idea if Tutankoopa here is supposed to be an actual, like,
Koopa?
like a regular Koopa book or an actual entity, because this is clearly not something in the standard Koopa arsenal here.
I just like you ignored all the very scary warnings, like, brother.
You shall regret
You
this.
shall regret this. No, I won't. Now again, you could actually. I think he is also vulnerable to being shrunken. Good night. Oh yeah. Doesn't quite help out as much here as I'd like it to. though.
Shit, I kick your ass.
When I get down there, I'm gonna bite your ankles off.
Real ankle biter energy. Let's go.
Whoa, hold on. This is Paper Mario. Paper
So
Mario
basi-
doesn't have ankles. Yes, he has belly and foot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna snip your ankle.
Uh oh.
This one's not stone.
Yeah, that's the OG series model, and they're pretty nasty. Unless you have D-down pound like me. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about this asshole? You've heard about chomps before, I'm sure. No? Really? So basically, there's a backstory here between them. That apparently the chomps are pissed off that Tutankoopa's overworking them, but I don't really fully know how to get them to rebel against their master like that, so I just take them out.
Damn.
He'll throw 3 shells, and then after that, he's just got magic. That's where power carry comes into effect.
I'll look that up while you're explaining what's happening.
Hey, babe, what's going on? Oh, increase my attack power. Why, thank you much kindly. Oh, yeah. What a hit. Now you're going to need
Colossus' sister.
at this point here, you're just going to have to use power carry and shoot.
Whoa.
This is random. It's either going to hit him or me. Usually you can tell by where the rocks are going to fall toward.
Wasn't expecting like a translucent chain chomp coming in with physics.
This dude has chomps everywhere. I'm surprised you didn't think of that.
I love that he drops down to drop rocks on you, like
Yeah,
attack
exactly.
with a giant chain chomp.
Orf, orf.
This boss fight is one of the few where Mario can farm 100 star points in a single battle
Yeah, just by spamming.
by
spamming
repeatedly
jumps.
defeating the chomp. Yeah.
Huh.
But I don't want to do that. I like chomps.
He's got a little chomp on his head.
Like we could do that, but we have a let's play to do.
Yeah, and I'm on call, so gonna pep myself up here with a little refresh, and then I'm gonna have a power carry shoot again. Don't call for me.
Reminds me of the marionette things in Final Fantasy IV, where you can just farm those.
I'm thinking 5 with the Ojeta art.
In battle, is it Tutankoopa?
Tutankoopa, yeah.
Tutan. Yeah.
Oh, he's on the ground.
Primary attack is throwing empty buzzy beetle shells at Mario, which deal 3 points of damage each. However, he only has 3 of these shells, and once he's used them up, he will switch to his next main attack, which is the magic spell attack.
Why could I not time hits there?
He also summons a large image of a chain chomp and will either damage Mario and his partner for 2
Nice.
points damage each, or damage the dude himself and knock him off his pedestal. So I think that's where the whole
Oh.
they get they're annoyed by him for locking him up. It's to justify why
The
he
magic.
would attack the
Okay.
dude.
Or we get this scene here afterwards.
Damn.
We don't see him again after this, so I presume the chomp ate him.
I believe
But
it.
see, I always thought like 'cause he's obviously like a mummy or something like that.
He's got to be something
He-
because
he reconstructed from paper shreds.
it could be he could be a Magic Koopa.
Yeah.
I'd lean towards Magic Koopa if anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I kind of figured he was.
So he probably just if he get ripped to shreds again, he'll come back. If
Really?
he does later, I have no
Really?
idea.
Yes.
You're the guy that walked over to push the door for the to push the button for the automatic door.
To be fair,
Oh my god. Yeah, who would do that?
look, it's cool. Okay, it's cool.
Earlier.
in the gallery in Center City, Philadelphia,
Yeah.
there's one of those escalators
Yeah.
at one part of the gallery. that is probably the equivalent of like 6 stairs.
Yes, that's right.
It's a little.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's the
It's
one
a little.
it's the one that used to lead to the Kmart.
Yeah,
I believe, yeah.
It was up on the side, and it
Yeah.
was like it's just like a half staircase.
Can't call it the Kmart anymore though.
Yeah, it's the fashion.
Fashion district.
Place sucks.
Yeah.
Well, that's round one. Round one's cool.
It has
Round
round
one's
one.
cool.
It's got
Yeah.
the walk Chinese food place.
And a
which is
movie
amazing.
theater. And a movie
And a
theater.
movie theater.
Yeah, movie theater.
But let's wrap up the weekend first with more patron shoutouts. So special thanks to Anguished Fool, Michael Cook, Chiaki Nanami, Jade Oreos, Mr. Potato 879, John Ackerman, Krabby Charbo, Gemini Poison 2000, Mad Duck, Boss Karma, Dominique Ferguson, and finally for today, Joshua Williams. We'll see you guys next weekend with more Paper Mario, or if you're going to too many games this coming weekend, we'll see you at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. Either way, we hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and we'll catch you guys next time.